All right, so here we are with lesson 32. And as you can see, these are shorter chapters, and we're just covering some prepositions, some of which you've had before, but some of which are new. And they all mean from, but they have particular uses. For instance, away from, out of, out from, down from. So that's what we're going to be covering. However, before that, we're going to review the Lord's Prayer. So I'll read through it, and then I'd like you to listen to it again and repeat it a few times. Pater noster qui es in caelis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in caelo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Quoniam tuum est regnum et potentia et gloria in saecula. Amen. Now, before we get into the specifics of the lesson, I want to remind you about the preposition ab a. Now, many of you know that ab a can introduce an ablative of agent to show who is acting for a passive verb, and that we usually translate it as by. For example, the world is ruled by God, ad deo, ad deo. However, this is not the only usage of the word ab, as you'll see in this chapter. Some of you need to remember that it means from. Ab is also a preposition that means from. It is not always translated as by. Some of you have gotten into a kind of a bad habit of always trying to translate ab a as by. So I just want to remind you that it's also can just be a regular preposition meaning from, and you'll see that a lot in this chapter. All right, so here we are with lesson 32, and we're dealing with three prepositions, all of which mean from, but they have different usages. The first is xa. Let's just remind ourselves, why is there a difference? Why are there two different forms, x and a? So pause and just try to think about that. The reason there are two different forms is because when it's in front of a vowel, it uses x, and when it's in front of a consonant, it uses a. So this first one means from or out of, and it's referring to something that is moving from inside a place, inside a territory, inside a house. Okay, think of the word exit, right? You're inside a room and then you exit, you go out from that room. So he came from the territory of the enemy. Ex finibus hostium venit. Ex finibus, he came out from the territory of the enemy. Okay, so we're looking at page 336, by the way, here in our book. Our second one is ab a, and again, two different forms, one in front of a vowels and one in front of consonants. This one means from and away from, and this is referring to something that is not inside a particular place. So ab hoc loco venit. He came away from this place. Where you can see in the picture, he's going away from the snake, the place where the snake is, ab loco. So he's not inside the snake, he's not inside the place, but he's moving away from it. And then we have the preposition de, and here you want to think of the word descend, right? Descend is something coming from above down towards you. So this is referring to motion downwards. In the example at the bottom of the page, the picture of the man de monte. De hoc monte venit. He came down from this mountain. De hoc monte venit. So these are our three prepositions, and you're going to be dealing with sentences that will use these. And we're going to do a couple of English to Latin so that I can see if you're picking up on which one of these you use in particular situations. The new vocabulary is at the top of page 337, the middle of page 337. So repeat after me. Discedo, discedere, discesi, discesuris. I depart, to depart, I departed, departed. So pause here and repeat that a few times. Novice, novice, ship. So that's going to be which declension? Third declension. Third declension. All those genitives that end in is are third declension. Then we've got these three prepositions, xa, out of, from, ab, a, away from, that's the one you've already had before, de, down from, or from. And then another verb, cado, cadere, cestidi, casuris. Cado, cadere, cestidi, casuris. I fall, to fall, I fell, fell. Let's look at exercise 349 here. And we're just going to look at a couple of these. And what I want you to do is ask the question, not so much the translation, but which one of these am I going to use? Ex, ab, or de? All right, so which preposition would you use? So let's look at number one. The soldier fell from the wall. The soldier fell from the wall. Well, obviously that's a downward motion, so you would use de. Number two, Caesar hastened out of the territory of the enemy. Caesar hastened out of the territory of the enemy. Well, that's out of, so he's in the territory, he's going out of it, so it's referring to X. Number three, he departed from the province. He departed from the province. And again, this is like number two. He's in the province, he's going out of it, so it's referring to X. Then number four, he moved camp from this place. He moved camp from this place. So this is probably referring to ab, a. Maybe you could use X, but I think in this case you're going to be looking at ab, a. Okay, let's look at exercise 350, and let's do the first sentence. So let me read it here. Multa naute, talis oxisi, de navibus in aquam chaesiderunt. Chaesiderunt. First of all, let's take a look at talis oxisi. Do you know what that is? Talis oxisi. Pause and see if you can figure out what it is. It is a participle phrase. It's a dependent clause describing the naute. So it's a perfect passive participle that we had a few chapters back. I believe it was lesson 28. Talis is an ablative of means, so that, and it's a impersonal, so you don't use ab, a like the ablative of agent. And so we're going to translate this as killed by darts or having been killed by darts. The soldiers having been killed by darts. Let's take a look at the verb, chaesiderunt, chaesiderunt. Can you parse that? Pause and see if you can parse it. It's a perfect, erunt, third plural, active indicative, active voice, indicative mood. So they fell, they fell. So we're going to start with many sailors killed by darts or having been killed by darts. Many sailors killed by darts fell from the ships. De navibus, that's our new vocabulary word. Many sailors having been killed by darts fell from the ships into the water, in aquam, into the water. In plus accusative means into, upon, against. It does not mean in. And again, it's used when we want to talk about motion, right? In with the accusative is about motion, into the water, against the troops. Let's take a look at number 11. Number 11. Caesar auxilia ex castoris in primum acium misit. Caesar auxilia ex castoris in primum acium misit. So how about the verb here, misit? Can you parse that? It's a perfect tense, right? From mito, the double T softens to an S in the perfect tense, third singular, active indicative. He sent. So Caesar auxilia misit. Caesar sent the reinforcements. Auxilia, reinforcements, only occurs in the plural, and it's the what case? It's the accusative case, right? Even though it could be nominative, we don't have a plural verb, so it can't be the subject. So it's got to be the accusative, neuter, accusative plural. Caesar sent the reinforcements. How about ex castris? This is the new concept we're learning, these prepositions, ex, ab, and de, out of the camp, out of the camp. So they're inside the camp. Caesar is sending them outside the camp. And then how about this prepositional phrase, in primum acium, in primum acium. So it's in with what case? It's the accusative case. We've got two different choices here, really. If it's referring to the enemy, in would probably mean against. But if it was referring to the Romans, it would mean into. And I'm not sure exactly what the right choice is here, but I'm going to go with it referring to the enemy. So here's my translation. Caesar sent the reinforcements out of the camp against the first battle line, against the first battle line. So here is your assignment. I want you to do a couple of these English to Latin, and I want you to use X in number 5 and use ob in number 15. And they're almost the exact same sentence, so shouldn't have too hard of a time with that. And then let's do 2 to 6 in exercise 350. And they want you to translate and also illustrate. And if you want to do that, that would be good. Or at least maybe show a drawing with like an arrow if you're using out of, coming from the middle of a circle or something. And then review the Lord's Prayer. All right, so these are going to be due on Monday. And I hope you are all continuing to have a good week of home education. God bless you. Please contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.